Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today I was going to talk about the top 10 richest people in the world that lives right now. But before we start the video, I would just like to thank you for 300 subscribers, and I would also appreciate if you could like this video. Yeah, let's get right into the video. Number 10. At number 10 we have Mukesh Ambani. He's a 64-year-old man who lives in Mumbai, India. He's the chair and managing director of Reliance Industries, and his net worth is $84.5 billion. Reliance Industries ownership is 42%, which is approximately $73.79 billion. His other assets are also Mumbai residential property, which is worth 410 million in private assets and 1.6 billion in cash. Number 9. Sergey Brin. He's a 47-year-old man. He lives in Los Altos, California, and is the co-founder and board member of Alphabet Google. His net worth is $89 billion. And his ownership stake is 5%, which is $86.2 billion in worth in total. And other assets are $12.7 billion in cash. Number 8. At number 8 we have Larry Page. He's also a co-founder and board member of Alphabet Google, and he lives in Palo Alto, California. He's a 48-year-old man, and his net worth is $91.5 billion, and his ownership stake of Alphabet is 6%, also $89.7 billion approximately. And other assets are his $12.6 billion in cash. Number 7. At number 7 we have a 76-year-old man called Larry Ellison. He lives in Lanai, Hawaii, and he's the co-founder and CTO and chair of Oracle. His net worth is approximately $93 billion, and his ownership of his company is 35.4%, also $61.8 billion. Other assets are Tesla equity, which is $10.1 billion in public assets and $14.9 billion in cash. Number 6. At number 6 we have Warren Buffett. He's a 90-year-old man from Omaha, Nebraska, where he currently lives. He's the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, and his net worth is approximately $96 billion. And he owns 38.0071% of Berkshire Hathaway, which is approximately $98.503 billion in total. And his other assets are Wells Fargo Company equity, $76.6 million in public assets. Also US Bancorp equity, $50.2 million in public assets. And also Seritage Growth Property equity, $38 million public assets in dollars. And also finally $1.05 billion in cash. Number 5. At number 5 we found the co-founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. He's a 37-year-old man, and he lives in Palo Alto, California. And his net worth is approximately $97 billion. He's also the CEO and chair of Facebook right now. His Facebook ownership is 13%, which is approximately $115 billion. And his other assets are $2.93 billion in cash and $225 million in real estate. His houses, that is. Number 4. At number 4 we have Bill Gates. He's one of the oldest and most known rich people in the world. He's 65 years old. He lives in Medina, Washington, and he's the co-founder and the previous CEO of Microsoft Corporation. His net worth is $124 billion, and his Microsoft ownership today is only 1.3%, but that is still worth $25.8 billion, so he's pretty rich. He also has a bunch of other assets. There are too many to count, but one of them is $57.2 billion in cash and over several $100 in real estate. He also invests in a lot of companies. Number 3. And at number 3 we have Bernard Arnault. He's a 72-year-old man. He lives in Paris, and he is the CEO and chair of Louis Vuitton. He has a net worth of over $150 billion and owns 97.5% of his company, which is worth $109 billion. And other assets are Mola Ellison and company equity, $21.4 billion in public assets, Hermes equity, $2.23 billion in public assets, and Carrefour equity, $1.26 billion in public assets, and also $4.5 billion in cash. Number 2. At number 2 we have Elon Musk. He's also one of the most famous and well-known billionaires in the world. He has a net worth of over $151 billion, and he's 50 years old and currently lives in Austin, Texas. He's the co-founder and CEO of Tesla, which many knows, but he also has other assets such as space exploration technologies, $29.8 billion, his other company, and the Boring Company, $101 million in private. And finally, number 1, we have Jeff Bezos. He's 57 years old. He lives in Seattle. He's the founder and executive chair of Amazon, and he has a net worth of over $177 billion, which was currently $200 billion, but it has since synced a little. And his Amazon ownership today is 14%, which is worth $252 billion. And his other assets are Blue Origin, $17.15 billion in private assets, and the Washington Post, $250 million in private assets, and also $9.75 billion in cash. And yes, this was pretty much all for this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching the top 10 richest people in the world. And yeah, this was pretty much all. See you in the next one. Bye.